What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today with the first part of my Easter egg series. We're going to start off and go through them region by region, starting off with the Heardmaster. What's the first big region you enter when starting in the new season? If you've never seen one of my Easter egg videos, then let me explain to you very quickly what those are. Basically, a few seasons ago, AFK Journey decided to include some hidden challenges in the game, and those give you several things. Most commonly, they will give you a title, and as you can see in here, as I have unlocked already quite a lot, some of those titles say they are unlocked by doing a side quest, but for some it says complete Easter egg aspiring vocalist, and basically with a little piece of information that they give you right here, shower the brave with praise and aspiring vocalist, you're supposed to find out or find those Easter eggs to obtain this title. And sometimes there's even more than a title in there, sometimes they put some diamonds there, or even a frame we had in the past, so definitely worth checking those out. And if you are somebody that wants to complete the season entirely, well, you have a guide here right now that will show you all the Easter eggs and how to get them. And as I said, we'll go through it region by region. As always, we first of all have to give a shout out to Ashu, who basically collected all of those Easter eggs, found out a ton of them over on Yapala in the S5 Easter eggs thread. Definitely a huge shout out. I'm going by his order basically. He also has those separated in the regions, and I have to say I found already a few during the time I played this, but definitely not all of the ones that Ashu found, so absolutely insane. This season it's quite interesting. You will stumble upon some Easter eggs with no way to avoid them, so sadly I can't show you all of them. I'll basically show you where the trigger points are and what you get, so that is the way we're going to do that. So let's start off into the first Easter egg. And for this one, we wanna head over to the Wrathwood Grove. You can see right here, this is in Viridian Way 1, right south of the Wildborn village. And from here on out, you just head on over, follow this way until you are in the basically bottom left corner of this, and you will find that there is a Wildborn hiding over here, which is called Stronghorn. We will quickly talk to the guy, approach him, and he basically ran away from a huge wolf and is a little bit afraid. And when we talk with him, we just get the title. We get the title Hidden. So very easy title to obtain, even though this one, and they usually have that, usually they have this little green symbol, the little green exclamation mark over their head. This one didn't have that. The next one is very close actually to our current location in the Wrathwood Grove. We just head over to Dam Water Forest, and right there we get immediately greeted with our common exclamation mark, Wildborn water so clear. And for this one I have to mention something. We will need a very specific gesture that is only obtainable by going into the Waves of Intrigue season, and by just going in there and getting 500 exploration progress in the Stormy Strait map. So you will have to go back and repeat this one. So in the Peaks of Time you can select the Waves of Intrigue season still. By the way, you know, you can see my horrible progress over here, especially on the first seasons. May have to go back at one point, but this is something that you have to do. Then you first want to interact then with those NPCs, talk to them, and then it will already trigger you to use the gesture button. It won't tell you that you have to use this applause gesture, but when you do that, you can see, or you should be able to see, yeah, you clap for me, and then we get the next title, which is the empowering title. So that's pretty cool. Just a little bit of a tough requirement to pull with the gesture that you need from the Waves of Intrigue season. So next up is another one that is very close. Here was on the left side was our last one, right over there where the NPCs are. So right here. And for the next one, we just want to head upwards north, and we will find an NPC called Spilled Ear. And Spilled Ear already has the same exclamation mark we saw before. We are going to talk to him. What are you doing? Offering dance. So he's asking us to dance, which is what we are going to do, of course. And for this you will need another gesture. It will trigger that once again. We get this cool cutscene over here. Okay, I didn't see that before. Well, that's cool. We take it. I've learned it, indeed. What? No, okay, that's really cool. That's really pretty sweet. We already get like the 10 gems here though, which is pretty interesting. We go fairly close. Gesture button. It is very, very... Yeah, you can see the button over here lighting up. You have to stand very, very close. And it is the first one, the waltz. So we will do that. Which doesn't quite look the same, but seems to be good enough for our Bonbon friends over here. So once we've done that and finished this gesture, that will trigger the rest of the Easter egg. And this is everything that is happening here. So you're not going to get a title or something, but it is an Easter egg, so definitely wanted to show it. So this next Easter egg is very, very interesting because this is the first time your story choices really played a role in what you can and what you can't do. First of all, let's go over the location. The location is very much the north of where we were before. There was a dam water forest one. This is the main entrance here, and we are right over there at this little bridge. Easiest way to get here, by the way, is to click on this one and just have you run there. It will port you to the main entrance and just run you towards this Easter egg. And here we can see this little boy playing with the squirrel, and this will only happen if in the story you select to not sacrifice living beings but instead tokens. If you sacrifice living beings, well, this little squirrel will sadly be gone. But if you didn't, and if you sacrifice tokens, which I did, you can go to young Guywin over here, ask him how you've been lately, and Bonbon will still be available, and we are able to play with Bonbon. So that is very, very cool. He's also talking to us in a second, I think. Squeak, squeak, translation, 10 more belly ups or I riot, which is pretty, pretty cool. So I definitely like that one. It's a little bit of an Easter egg that isn't marked, but a very cool one, indeed. At least has like the text. I guess it has the exclamation mark text. It just doesn't trigger all the time, but there we go. Also at this point, please tell me in the comments if you sacrificed the living, if you decided to do that in the story. I would really wonder if this is there, if there is some kind of replacement for this Easter egg, because I couldn't check that. For the people that I've talked to, all didn't decide to do that. So maybe you have made the decision to sacrifice the living, as you can tell me what is down there. I would really care for that. So the next one is a little bit more complicated, and I have, sadly, this is one of the ones that I have already triggered, but I will show you the location and you can do it anyway. So what you want to do is you want to head on over to the Fade Shade Fan 2, which is Eierhold. So this is just like below the city. You can see it over there. That is the city of the Hellions there, and we are right here. And the special thing that you will find over here on this field is this bush. And this bush will be interactable, and you can talk to the bush, and you will find out about the hidden package. So you have to interact with this bush 3 times. It will give you a button that will just say interact. You interact with it 3 times. Just spam the button, honestly. And it will start talking to you. And this will basically be the start. Then you want to head over to bush number 2, and this one is a very special bush and a very easy to spot bush, and it's right over here, and it says strange bushes, and I haven't done that yet, so we can do that together, so that's good. And after a bit of digging, you uncover a strange package with a truly peculiar scent. So we can check the note here, it's a name, and then we check the strange packets with goods, and we almost throw up, so that's not very nice. It's getting weirder and weirder, yeah. So now we have to deliver the goods to Nodius, which is a soldier in Meyerhold. And we can just run to him very easily. We just have to go alongside the walls of the city. And this guy is even, the quest track, by the way, just randomly leads in that direction, but he's standing over here, so that is very, very easy. And then we can give him the package. We are the courier with the weirdest way of delivery that we have there. And there are 2 ways to do this. They all lead to the same results, though in different ways. If you give Nodius the package, you will instantly get the reward, which means we won't give him the package. So this then leads to a fight against Soldier Nodius, who is a Hellion soldier, which, funny enough, next Easter egg. And this one is one that I found myself. I'll make an Easter egg inception. You don't know how deep you went down the rabbit hole. So this will be very, very interesting. In fact, there is no such thing as a Hellion soldier. Or better, the Hellion soldier is a cheap copy. because they didn't even change the text. And we can sadly not very well see this because somehow the UI is also not really great here. But you can see one word, and this is Guywin. Guywin. Guywin slashes and stuns enemies, and this will be, by the way, even more obvious if you've played through the side quest. There's a character called Marco, who's also a Hellion soldier, and this guy will also be called Guywin. Now you say, what is Guywin? Well, Guywin, in fact, is this guy. I will just quickly show it to you like this with the picture, because I can't really show it to you in a better way, I fear. And this is the standard light bearer soldier, which is also a tank and is not actually in the game right here, but is actually a playable character that I can show you on the Pioneer server. So we'll quickly do this fight and then do small hop over to the Pioneer server just so I can show you this. So yeah, he's not very strong, rather tanky even for a story opponent. I guess, I mean, if you want to avoid the fight, if you feel a little bit weak, I don't know, then you can. So you can avoid the fight. I guess here we can a little bit easier see the skills. They are a straight up copy paste from everything. This is funny. Now we find out. Wait, so what is canned fish? Canned fish, so we didn't have to. You don't have to feel bad when you punch the guy. The horrible canned fish. But yeah, I guess it's not a drug deal, I guess many people thought that. So there we go. One of the more unique pieces of Pioneer is that Guywin, the Imperial Defender, is a playable character here in the same way as Joey is. So it's the marksman type from the same faction. And here we can see that Guywin has indeed only 3 skills, and those are the same as the one of the Hellion Soldier. So the Hellion Soldier is just a copy-paste of this guy with a different model. Very, very interesting. And, okay, I mean, those depend on class, I guess. So you can get magic charms for Guywin. Very, very cool. The next one is again one that you can easily collect, honestly, while just playing the game without even noticing it. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened to a few people. So what we want to do is, we want to head on over to the Horizon Outpost. But before we do that, we quickly want to check out the sponsor of today's video, LD Shop. LD Shop has the best Dragon Crystal prizes that you can find out there. Has an absolutely great service, and if you go through the link down in the description right now and register an account, you get a 15% and a 5% discount coupon, making your future purchases even cheaper. Guys, it's definitely insane, and I want to invite you to use the link down in the description every single time you buy something on LD Shop. If you want to support this channel, definitely helps me out a lot, and you get a great discount, so that's definitely nice. I recommend LD Shop. So then just head on over to the Horizon Outpost, and this one is very, very easy. Basically, you just want to stand here. And this guy says a marvel of engineering, and you just want to stand here. It has a supply list too. And when you have admired this bridge long enough with Craftsman Bruno, which is pretty cool because this guy made the bridge, apparently. Might I have a moment of the time? You can talk about Hellion architecture. And Merlin yields pretty quickly. Taoto's bridge. Another kindred spirit. Or did he make it? I don't know, but we get the Artisan title, which is a suffix, so this is pretty nice. We get that too, plus supply list, extra Easter egg here, and this is this one. Next one is a little bit of a walk. We want to basically head on over to this portal. I will skip the walk for you now. And this one I found numerous times, because once you are basically in the vicinity of the soldiers, it will trigger a small dialogue and the gesture button will light up, and this will ask you to do the war dance. And I will say a little bit about gestures and stuff at the end of this video as well. So definitely if you say, okay, I don't have the war dance or something, I will add a little bit of a segment to that to the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. Saboteur title here, pretty nice. With a little bit of diamonds, which you always get, so also nice source for that, preparing for the next collab. Okay, the next title is very, very close. We just walk over from this side. You can see again on the map where we are. I showed it before. We just want to go down here, and we'll basically head on over into this little camp of the Hellions, which is, by the way, a very, very horrible location. Very, very horrible location. And regarding this quest over here, that will be another video by its own. So that's something in itself. Here we find Goldpot, and we are going to talk to Goldpot, and we will try all the combinations here. That was basically what I've been told. And once we have tried one, she thinks I'm rude, and then we can bow to her. So you have to go out of the window for that, and this will trigger extra options in the dialogue, and we can choose some of the ingredients for our course, which is kind of interesting because they are all starving. Well, we apparently we get a multi-layered menu here, which is very interesting. Safe and sorry choice. Okay, we were apparently boring. I have to live with that. As long as we get our loot, which is the innovative title, we can at least claim we were innovative with our course. Maybe you get a different result. I don't know. But it's a very easy title to obtain once again. Okay, this next one is a little bit more complicated. First off, we want to head on over to this location, which we can do by just going to Artisan Outpost and quickly walking here. And there you already see a few NPCs, Tree Fang they're called, very, very easy. We can check out the situation. And we get to see the story. This entire thing has 3 parts, so this is one of the longer Easter eggs we have to cover. It's almost a side quest, to be honest. We're not a ghost. So we follow the dialogue. And we can take this guy back. Once we escorted them back to the camp, we should get an item. And hopefully in a second. There we go. So, it's a badge of honor that shows that we are the bravest and strongest person and that we earned the respect of them. So that is very, very important. We get the rattan bracelet and we get a few gems, which is not the end of this Easter egg. Next up, next step. We have to head on over to the snake swamp, which is... Where was it again? Down here. No, wait, wrong swamp. The snake swamp, this one. And you basically want to head on over to this middle section over here. Which if you still have, if you were there already, you can click on it and basically it will run you there. It will take a second. This part I've sadly already done. Usually you will find a few kids here. If you go there, this will basically instantly trigger. And in the same manner as you found the other kids, you will also bring back those kids to the camp and will also receive another bracelet. That being done, you then want to head on over for part 3 to Asteria Rise and run downward from there. It's just very, very easy, very, very quick. We'll quickly do it. It's not a long way, either way. You can only do this when you have done the main story and have gotten both of these bracelets. And there we find Diaron. And usually a locust in front of him. But if you defeat the locust, you can talk to the guy. There's apparently a completely empty screen. And if you have the 2 bracelets, and we have the Midnight Fright Club. Reminds me of Fight Club. Good Discord server, by the way. Now once we end that, with the remarkable courage, this guy shaking, we get the title Risktaker. And that is probably one of the longer titles we had for now, because we have to do all of those steps. Okay, next up, at a location very, very near to the one that we had before, we again want to go to Artisan Outpost and run very close to the kids actually. And this one I'm almost sure almost everybody found accidentally, because we are right over here, Artisan Outpost is here, and you have this corrupt creature over there. And if you run basically through here, it will trigger a dialogue. It will trigger a dialogue, which I can't show you sadly because it caught me by surprise. You will basically find a couple and they pay you with a few diamonds to keep the secret of them being together, I reckon. So sadly not something that I can show you, but it is right here, so now you know. Okay, next one. For this one, we just want to head over to the Maya Hole teleporter. Very, very easy. And what we can do right here is just run to the 2 guys here that are standing there. And here we will find a location where we can water the seeds. And we want to do that. And we want to do that not only once, not twice, but 3 times. And you just have to move a little bit in between. And this will allow you to actually water it again. And after the 3rd time, we realized that we drowned the seeds. Yeah. So, sorry, I guess. Or we can fix it, so that's the good thing. With catalyze button, so you want to do that again. You have to slightly move once again. And this is our little Easter egg over here, granting us just 50 diamonds, but we take it, and the origami hamster as always. So, small little Easter egg. For the next one, we want to do something against closed doors, because we don't like those. And we just take the teleporter up here, Meyerhold, also still Fate Shade Fern, and we just want to run, wait, which one of those was it? I think it was this one, Bone Doorbell, and we will hit it. Cannot open from this side, can only open from the inside. Okay, we knock. I will make sure to keep knocking until the guy comes out, which will take us 3 times. This door can't be opened, but this gives us the Merciless title. So that's pretty cool, I would guess. And a very easy one at that. And this is basically it for the Heardmaster Woods. There is one more title in here, but it's associated with the Fish Queen quest. So I will show you this title in my Fish King guide. So if you are lacking this, it is actually the Resolute title. So if you're lacking specifically that will be in my Fish King guide video that is supposed to be released within this week actually. I'm planning to do part 2 of the title, so the next region I would plan to release that tomorrow. So if you don't want to miss that, I would absolutely be happy if you were to click that subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. Definitely also check out our sponsor LD Shop down in the description. I'm really happy with the service. I use it myself for all the summons, and everything you see on screen, those are basically all purchased through LD Shop. So definitely a great service at that. Other than that, thanks for the support on the last videos. I was quite happy to see you guys be very active in the comments as well. Always happy to see that. And other than that, I would just say I wish you a great day, and we'll see us in the next one.